and welcome to BluePrism Advanced Tutorials. In this tutorial, we will learn two different actions as part of Excel automation. What are the different actions that we are going to learn today? First one, remove blank rows. Another one, activate worksheet. Along with that, we'll have collection as well as the get worksheet actions also. First of all, I will show you a small project over here. If you see on my screen, I'm having employee workbook. If you see in our workbook, I'm having 6 worksheets. One is product, test, department and designation, personal details. Along with that, we are having employees worksheet. In our real-time scenarios, we'll get these kind of worksheets. We will get the data from the upstream. If you observe over here, in each and every worksheet that I'm having blank rows over here. If you see, some of the worksheets that I'm having blank rows and someone don't have. Okay. But in my project, if I'm having any blank rows, in that case, it will break over there. If you see in our real-time scenario, we'll get it as null rows, we'll get it and there we'll stop it. For instance, suppose if you see over here, I'm having a worksheet with the name of employees. So I want to get all the employees. How can I go ahead and get it? So sometimes we'll use the end of the row as blank row, right? In that case, if you observe the 6th one and the 9th row and the 13th rows onwards that we are having the blank rows. So if I'm going to consider them as a end of the rows, then we'll stop it in the sheet of employees. We'll stop at row number 5 itself, right? So in that case, what will happen? We need to remove the blank rows and then we have to proceed the entire data in the particular rows. That is my main agenda as part of this session. Okay. Now, as a first action, we want to remove all the blank rows which are having the particular worksheet. What is the action we'll use? We are having remove blank rows action. Let's switch back to Process Studio and we will see how to remove the blank rows by using remove blank rows action as part of the Excel. All right. Let's drag and drop action stage onto the canvas. And there, first we will set the properties. Now, I want to remove the blank rows, right, in the particular worksheet. So then what I will do, I will use MS Excel VBO and action, I'm having the action over here. If you see over here, remove blank rows. Let's select that. Now, we'll see the inputs over here. What is the input over here? If you have only one input, that is which ID you want to handle it. So we are having the handle over here. We have seen already the handle values, right? I'm going to drag this handle value into the value. And if you see the outputs over here, I don't have any outputs. But over here, you may get one doubt over here. If you see in our workbook, I'm having a lot of Excel worksheets are there, right? From which worksheet it will delete the blank rows or it will remove the blank rows. So let me show you that. Over here, if you see, I'm having 6 Excel worksheets, out of which it will delete the blank rows, which is currently in active state. Right now, if you see, employees is in active, right? This is the worksheet that is in active state. It will remove the blank rows from this active worksheet. All right, let me show you that. Now, I'm going to click on OK. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to linking from the open workbook to remove blank rows and from there to close workbook. All right, let me save the process. I'm going to give the comments as remove blank rows. Let's run the process to see the output. Process execution started. And if you see, remove blank rows action has been executed successfully. Let's reopen the Excel once again. Now, if you see in the employees worksheet that all the blank rows has been deleted successfully by using remove blank rows action. All right. Now, let's assume if I'm going to manually, I'm going to activate some other worksheet. Let's assume I'm having test over here. If you see in this worksheet, I'm having 2 blank rows at the topmost. All right. Now I have made it as active. So that by selecting that, now I'm going to close this Excel and let's rerun the process once again. Now process has been executed successfully. Let me open the Excel once again. Now if you see over here, after reopening, the active worksheet is test, right? And you can see the blank rows has been deleted successfully by using remove blank rows action. If you observe one action over here, what I'm doing is I'm manually activating the particular worksheet. All right. If you see previously employees I have activated manually, and after that I have manually activated the worksheet test by clicking on the particular worksheet. Now I want to do it by BluePrism actions. How can I go ahead and do that to activate the particular worksheet? There is also one of the action that we have to activate the particular worksheet. Okay, let me show you that. Let's switch back to Process Studio. Now, what I'm going to do before removing this blank rows, I'm going to use one more action, that is activate worksheet. Let me go to the properties first. Over here, I'm going to use business object as MS Excel VBO, and there I'm having the action called activate worksheet. Let's select that. So what we can do by using this action, activate worksheet, if if I'm having multiple worksheets in the particular workbook, I want to activate particular sheet only. In that case, I will use activate worksheet. If you see the inputs over here, that I'm having handle, workbook name, and the worksheet name over here that I'm having. In this case, for the handle, I'm going to use handle value. Workbook name, I'm going to use which we have created as part of the open worksheet, that the same name, that the same value I'm going to use it, that is workbook name. Let me drag and drop this workbook name to the value. And over here, the worksheet name. What is the worksheet name that you want to give it or to activate it? Now, if you see, I'm going to I want to activate personal details right now. Okay, so I'm going to select this value over here. If you see the sheet name, worksheet name, I'm going to take that value, and there I'm going to give the worksheet name over here in the double quotes, that is personal details. Okay, and if you see the input property I'm having, create if missing. Let's assume this worksheet is not available with the name of personal details. In that case, if I'm going to give it as true, it will create a new worksheet and then it will process the details on that. So in our real-time scenario where we'll use this input over here, create if missing, let's assume if I want to write the data in the particular sheet with the particular name only. In that case, I'm going to make it as true over here. All right. Now, in our case that I am already having this worksheet name, so that the create if missing, I don't require to put it. If it is there, if the worksheet is not available, then in that case, if you want to create it, in that case, if you're going to use the flag over here as true, by default, it is in false state. All right. Let's click on OK. Now, what I want to do, first, I want to open the workbook and then I want to activate the worksheet by using activate worksheet action. That is personal details is my worksheet. And from there onwards, I want to remove the blank rows in the particular worksheet. Let me link them the order. Open workbook to activate worksheet. From activate worksheet to removal of blank rows. Let's rearrange them. Now what will happen if you see over here, if I'm going to activate some other worksheets in my Excel, let's assume I am going to activate the departments by selecting that, and then I'm going to save the Excel. All right. Now the active worksheet is the department. Now by using our process, it will activate the personal details and then it will remove the data inside the personal details worksheet. All right, let me show you that by running the process. Before that, I'm going to close this Excel workbook and then I'm going to run the process to see the output. Process has been executed successfully. Now let's reopen the Excel once again. Now if you see over here, in my personal details, I had some blank rows over here. That blank rows has been deleted. And you can see over here, the personal details worksheet has been activated. Previously, what was there? Departments were there in the active state, and still you can see the blank rows are available inside that. All right. I hope you understand how to activate the particular worksheet by using activate worksheet, and also to remove the blank rows from the particular worksheet then which are in the active state. I mean to say, the if you are going to remove the blank rows in the particular active worksheet only, you are going to remove the blank rows, right? So how can we remove that? By using remove blank rows action. Now I'm going to show you one more use case over here. If you see, I'm having n number of worksheets are available. Now I want to remove the blank rows from the entire workbook. If I am having 100 worksheets or 200 worksheets, I don't bother about that. I want to remove all the blank rows in the particular workbook in entire worksheets. Let me create some of the blank rows over here. If you see, in my product, I'm having blank rows. Test, I'm going to give some inserting some blank rows over here manually, and I'm going to do the same thing in the remaining worksheets also. Except some of the worksheets I don't have blank rows, and remaining all the worksheets that I'm having blank rows. So I want to remove the blank rows from the entire workbook, or n number of exits if I'm having, I want to delete all the or remove all the blank rows at the same time by using our process. How can I go ahead and do that? There I'm having two things. One is I want to get all the names of the worksheet. That is the first point, because of to activate the particular worksheet by using names. So how can we get it? There in our previous session we have seen get worksheet names, right? That is the action that we have to get all the names inside the workbook. That is the first thing. Now once we got it, then what we have to do? We have to loop them from through the collection, right? These are the two things which we need to do right now. All right, let me show you that. Let me drag and drop an action stage onto the canvas. I'm going to change the properties over here. First thing, I need to get all the worksheet names. How can we go ahead and do that? By using business object MS Excel VBO, and the action I will use get worksheet names. So what it will do, it will get all the worksheet names and it will be stored inside the collections. I'm going to give the handle over here at the value of handle value, and the workbook name is the same workbook name we are going to use it. Workbook name which we have been stored. And if you see the outputs, I'm having collection worksheets. I'm going to give it the name as collection worksheets, and I'm going to store the output of the entire worksheet names inside the collection. You can see a new collection has been created. All right, let me click on OK. Now, by using this get worksheet names, I got all the names inside the collection. Now, I want to activate each and every worksheet, right? How can I go ahead and do that? I want to loop through the collection, and then I want to fetch the name of the worksheet, and then I'm going to loop it, right? Over here, I will tell you one more thing. I'm working with the current values. In my collection, I don't have any kind of fields or initial values, right? I'm going to work with the current values. Current values in the sense, what are the values you are going to get it at the runtime, I'm going to work with them. Now, if you see over here, whenever you are going to get the names, the data will be stored inside the collections with the name of names. All right, let me show you before that, before starting this loop. Let me link them from open workbook to get worksheet names, from there to activate worksheet. All right. Now, don't worry about that right now with the removal. Just I want to concentrate right now on the collection worksheet names. All right. Let's run the process to see the output. Process has been executed successfully. Now, if you see in my collection worksheets, let's open on that. And if you see the current values, I'm having 6 worksheets names that I'm having with the name of name column, right? I'm going to use the same thing over here, name column over here, while I'm going to loop it. Okay. To make you understand, I have just shown over here. Now, let me drag this loop onto the canvas, and I'm going to select the properties of the loop start. And over here, the collection which I'm going to use, collection of worksheets. And then I'm going to click on OK. Right? Now, to activate the particular worksheet, what I'm going to do, I want to activate the particular current worksheet name, right? Over here, but if you see, observe over here, I have hard coded these worksheet names. But at the runtime, I want to change these values, right? You are having 6 worksheets over there. Each and every worksheet, it has to go through the loop, and then it has to remove the worksheets which are having the blank rows, right? How can I make it? Now over here you can see expression editor, click on that. Now what I want to do, over here in the collections, I'm having collection worksheet name. Let's drag this into the expression. Now what is the column name that we have seen over there in the collection worksheet? Coming with the name, right? So whatever the value you are going to get it, it will go through the loop for 6 times, and then it will fetch the name over here, and then it will activate the particular worksheet, and then remove the blank rows over there. All right. Now let's validate it. This particular expression is valid or not. Click on validate. Now you can see the expression is valid. Click on OK. Now I'm going to select the same expression by clicking on OK. Now you can see over here the worksheet name, collection worksheet dot name. All right. Let's click on OK. I'm going to loop these 2 actions. One is activate worksheet, and after that removal of blank rows inside the loop. So that what I'm going to do, I'm going to drag these 2 actions inside the loop stage. I'm going to link from get worksheet names to loop start to activate worksheet. After that, I want to remove blank rows. From after removing the blank rows, I want to close the workbook. From there, I need to close the instance. Let me explain you again this enter flow once again. Over here, I'm going to create an instance first, and after that, I'm going to open particular workbook, and there I'm having n number of worksheets, so that all the names will be collected by using get worksheet names, and then we are going to store inside the collection worksheet names. And then I want to remove all the blank rows from each and every worksheet which are available in the particular workbook. How can I go ahead and do that? I'm going to looping through the worksheet names which are there in the collection. And from there, if I want to remove the particular worksheet, if I want to remove the blank rows from the particular worksheet, I need to activate the particular worksheet by using activate worksheet action. So that I'm going to use collection worksheet dot name is the column which I'm going to use it. And there I'm going to loop through the number of items that we have inside the collection, and then once it has been removed, I'm going to close the workbook and closing the instance, and then finally I'm going to end the process. This is my small project over here. Now if you see over here, I'm having in each and every worksheet that I'm having the blank rows. Let me close that, and let's run the process to see the output. Process execution started, and if you see, it got all the names of the worksheets by using get worksheet names. You can see 6 rows that I'm having. It is going through first row of 1 of 6. Right now, if you see again this value changing row 2 of 6, the second worksheet has been activated. In the same way, third row, fourth row, fifth row, and finally sixth row, it will be removing all the values, blank rows from there. And once it has been completed, it will move out of the loop, and then it will close the workbook, and then it will close the instance, and finally, it will go to the process end stage. All right. Now the process has been executed successfully. Now let's reopen the Excel once again to see the output. Now if you see over here, the final one is the employees. If you see in the employees worksheet, I don't have any blank rows. Personal details, I don't have any blank rows. Designation worksheet, I don't have any blank rows. Department, test, and the product. In all the worksheets, all the blank rows have been removed successfully by using remove blank rows action. Along with that, to activate that one, we have used activate worksheet. To loop through the collection of the worksheets, I have used loop action. And after that, to get the names of the entire worksheets which are available in the particular workbook, I have used get worksheet names. So in our real-time scenario, if I'm having hundreds of worksheets and I want to remove the data on each and every day, in that case, this kind of small project we'll use to remove the blank rows from the entire workbooks. I hope you understand how to remove the blank rows and how to activate particular worksheet and how to use loop stays inside the collection as part of this tutorial. Thank you for watching BluePrism tutorials. If you have any queries related to this concept, please post them in the comment section. I will see you in the next session. Till then, bye bye. Have a wonderful day.